Are saying that Meghan Markle is being completely ignored by the executives there. What's going on?
Okay, so since Meghan's show flopped, bosses at Netflix have been quiet about their ongoing partnership.
Changed my mind on things, but I don't want them to be stripped of it, but I think I now understand they're trying to do, I think that would really be validated if they said, this institution isn't for us. We love our family, but we would like to hand these back. And I think that would be incredible.
With love, Meghan has dropped in what can only be described as the most nauseating, insufferable load of nonsense. Actually, it gave me the ick, quite frankly. And no surprises, it's been a flop with an 11% rating from viewers, falling behind wrestling and sitcoms on Netflix.
Seriously, I don't know who the target audience for this thing is. And by thing, I'm not referring to her, I'm referring to the program. I'm not sure who the target audience is. I can promise you, Andrew, that it's not me.
What happens when a royal fairy tale turns into a Hollywood nightmare? Meghan Markle thought she was building her empire with Love, Meghan, a Netflix series that promised to show the world the real her, warm, relatable, and effortlessly chic. But instead, it became a masterclass in how to lose the spotlight. From brutal reviews to a CEO's ruthless decision, this is the story of how Meghan's grand reinvention crashed and burned, leaving her fighting to stay relevant. Let's dive into the drama that has everyone talking.
From viewers, falling behind wrestling and sitcoms on Netflix. Now have a look at the Montecito Martha Stewart herself show us some real craft and skill in the kitchen.
Picture this, Meghan Markle, once the darling of royal headlines, stepping out of the palace shadows to become a lifestyle mogul. With Love, Meghan was her golden ticket. A Netflix show sold as a heartfelt blend of cooking, gardening, and cozy friendships, all wrapped in that Montecito magic. Netflix didn't just buy into it, they bet big, splashing out $12 million to make it happen. The pitch was irresistible. A glimpse into Meghan's soul, a chance to see her as more than a duchess.
Pretty ordinary, and elevating it, surprising people with moments that let them know I was really thinking of them.
With organic berry patches and candlelit dinner parties that screamed wholesome luxury, fans were buzzing, expecting a raw, unfiltered look at the woman who'd captivated the world with her charm and resilience. But what sounded like a dream project quickly turned into a production nightmare that no one saw coming. Behind closed doors, the setup with Love, Meghan was less a creative haven and more a pressure cooker. Insiders spilled that production was a mess from day one. Delays stacked up like dishes in a sink, scripts were rewritten faster than tabloid headlines, and the budget skyrocketed past $18 million. Why? Meghan wasn't just involved, she was in control, and not in a good way.
For $100 million, it was like, we will sell out our family, and we will each do our own individual projects. So Meghan Markle, people have been wondering what it is that she's going to do, because when she first did her Spotify series, and I think that deal was $25 million, Spotify lived to regret it immediately.
Sources say she micromanaged every detail, from the exact shade of linen napkins to the angle of sunlight on her heirloom tomatoes. One producer called it filming through a perfectionist's lens, with Meghan signing off on every frame like it was a royal decree. Seasoned pros with decades of experience were pushed aside, their input ignored as Meghan chased a vision only she could see. The result? A show that felt less like a story and more like a shrine to her image. But the real trouble was brewing beyond the set, where audiences were about to weigh in.
Shock of a week for Meghan following the release of her Netflix series. This was the reaction on Gogglebox.
Meghan as in Meghan Markle.
That's the one.
I don't like her.
Now, is this seriously her house?
Yeah, I assume so.
This isn't my house.
Wait, what?
It's not even her house.
When with Love, Meghan hit test screenings, the reaction wasn't just bad, it was brutal. Critics gave it a pitiful 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience was even harsher, dragging it down to a shocking 20%. Viewers didn't hold back, slamming the show as staged, emotionless, and painfully narcissistic.
No money in it, and this is what she's come up with. It is a new show, and it is, I don't even remember what it's called. With Love Meghan, I think it's called. With Love Meghan. And essentially,
the cozy farmhouse where Meghan was supposedly living her truth, not her house. The beehives, jam jars, and candle-making scenes, all props, not passions. Fans felt cheated, expecting an authentic peek into her life but getting a glossy lifestyle ad that screamed inauthenticity. One reviewer nailed it. It's like watching an Instagram influencer fake tears for a sponsored post. The backlash wasn't just about the show, it was about trust. People wanted the real Meghan, but what they got felt like a carefully curated lie. And that betrayal sent shockwaves straight to Netflix's boardroom. Inside Netflix's sleek headquarters, the mood was pure panic. This wasn't the cultural moment they'd banked on, it was a multi-million-dollar disaster.
Beeswax from her own beehives.
It's not her beehive.
And while the candles set,
Let's go make a beautiful cake.
Oh my God, now she's making a cake.
What the hell?
See?
Do you know what she's having? She's having a crafternoon.
The show was supposed to be a prestige project, a chance to ride Meghan's star power to Emmy buzz. Instead, it was tanking harder than a forgotten reality show from the early 2000s. Viewership charts were a bloodbath, with bounce rates climbing faster than the budget. The negative press wasn't just a hiccup, it was a full-blown crisis, swallowing any goodwill the project had left. Whispers climbed the corporate ladder until they landed on the desk of co-CEO Greg Peters, a man known for staying above the creative fray. But this was too big to ignore. Peters dove into the data, plummeting metrics, scathing reviews, and a PR storm that wouldn't quit. His verdict was, and brutal, with love, Meghan had to go. Even with a second season already in the can, he pulled the plug, a move that sent shockwaves through Hollywood and left Meghan reeling.
Glamorous moments of my life.
Now, Evelyn, do you want to learn how to cook from Meghan Markle?
No.
Word is, Meghan was caught completely off guard. Insiders say she was shaken, firing off desperate calls to Netflix execs, begging them to rethink the decision. She didn't see the flop as her fault, oh no. She pointed fingers at Netflix, claiming their promotion was half-hearted and their support non-existent. Some reports even suggest she hinted at deeper issues, like cultural bias, as the reason for the streamer's cold shoulder. But Netflix wasn't having it. The numbers didn't lie, and the damage was done. To them, with love, Meghan wasn't just a failed show, it was a radioactive mess they wanted no part of.
Do you reckon you'd pay $100 million for this?
That's going to go in all the layers in between.
oh my God, this girl's exhausting.
Wasn't just here in Australia. Talk TV also waded in with some satire.
For Meghan, this wasn't just a professional gut punch, it was a personal crisis. Her Hollywood dreams were crumbling, and her next move was looking shakier by the day. That next move was supposed to be Ever, her lifestyle brand originally called American Riviera Orchard. It was pitched as her goop-style empire, a curated world of artisanal jams, elegant candles, and wholesome Montecito vibes. But like the Netflix show, it stumbled hard. The name changed abruptly, leaving fans confused, and Meghan made a rookie mistake by launching without securing a trademark. Legal experts called it amateur hour. Then there was the jam stunt, where she sent exclusive jars to A-list pals like Mindy Kaling. Instead of sparking buzz, it backfired, with critics calling it an out-of-touch flex that screamed privilege.
I have no issue with that. It looks very scripted. It looks like she's acting, and this is the problem. You don't know if she's acting or if she's genuine, and she's kind of created this because of, her being known as a bit of a home.
Tied to the show's failure, Ever became a punchline, not a powerhouse. With no clear product line, no cohesive strategy, and a cloud of bad press, the brand sits in limbo, a symbol of Meghan's fading grip on the spotlight. The cracks didn't stop there. Meghan's carefully crafted narrative, resilient girl next door turned royal rebel, was starting to fray. Her half-brother stepped into the spotlight, publicly disputing her stories of a tough childhood. He called her tales twisted, suggesting they were more fiction than fact. Then there's the bigger contradiction. Meghan and Harry left royal life, claiming they wanted privacy and peace. Yet here they are, chasing every camera with tell-all books, bombshell interviews, and now this ill-fated Netflix deal. Fans are starting to side-eye the story. Is Meghan the relatable hero she claims to be, or a savvy mogul playing the fame game? Rumors are swirling that she's still leaning on her royal title, Sussex, not Markle, despite trashing the monarchy. It's a disconnect that's hard to ignore, and it's fueling speculation that her authenticity is more staged than her show. But let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about a bad show or a botched brand launch. It's about a woman fighting to redefine herself in a world that's losing interest. Meghan's charm once captivated millions, from her fairy tale wedding to her bold royal exit. But with love, Meghan exposed a deeper truth. You can't script charisma. Every scene felt like a performance, from the staged friendships with celebs like Mindy Kaling to the overly polished berry-picking moments. Viewers wanted messy, real emotions, awkward laughs, unfiltered tears, the stuff that makes us human. Instead, they got a show so controlled it felt robotic. One podcast reviewer put it perfectly: it's like watching a Pinterest board try to emote. The friendships weren't friendships, they were props, carefully placed to prop up Meghan's image. And audiences could smell the artifice a mile away. the show's biggest sin? It didn't let us in. Meghan promised vulnerability, but every moment felt like a PR move. Take the infamous Chicknick scene, where she fed chickens in pristine cashmere like it was a Vogue shoot. It was meant to be charming but landed as absurd, like a corporate ad for farm life. Or the moments with her friends, which lacked any real warmth or chemistry. No inside jokes, no playful banter, just stiff compliments and scripted smiles. Viewers didn't feel connected, they felt manipulated. And in an era where authenticity is king, that's a fatal flaw. People don't want perfect, they want real. And Meghan's obsession with control made sure they got none of it. Hollywood's starting to notice. The buzz around Meghan's name isn't what it used to be. Once a surefire draw, she's now a cautionary tale. Insiders say Netflix execs are done, with some calling her a liability behind closed doors. Spotify already cut ties after her podcast deal fizzled, and Ever is barely clinging to relevance. The industry's mood has shifted. Her image, once polished and powerful, is now seen as inconsistent and ego-driven. Reputation is everything in this town, and Meghan's is running on fumes. Critics are circling, pointing out the irony. She left the royal family to escape scrutiny, yet every move invites more. Her attempts to control the narrative, down to the last lemon in a bowl, are backfiring, painting her as desperate rather than dazzling. And then there's the royal residue she can't shake. Despite swearing off the monarchy, with love, Meghan leaned hard into her Duchess past. The camera angles, the soft focus interiors, the subtle nods to her royal days, it all felt like a love letter to the crown she claims to reject. Sources say she's still using the Sussex title, even after agreements not to lean on it for personal gain. It's a contradiction that's hard to defend, especially when fans are questioning her motives. Is she running from her past or clinging to it? The show didn't answer that, it just made the question louder. And with every misstep, the gap between Meghan's image and reality grows wider. So, what's next for Meghan Markle? Her Netflix dream is dead, her brand is wobbling, and Hollywood's patience is wearing thin. The woman who once had the world at her feet is now scrambling to hold on to relevance. Some say she's planning a comeback, maybe a new project to win back the crowd. Others whisper she's running out of chances, with power players stepping back and the public growing skeptical. The truth is, Meghan's story isn't over, but it's at a crossroads. Can she ditch the filters and show the messy, human side fans are craving? Or will she keep chasing a perfect image that's slipping further away? One thing's certain, in a world that rewards raw over royal, Meghan's got to rewrite her script fast. What do you think? Can she pull off a comeback, or is her Hollywood star fading for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going.